This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Got a couple announcements to make here. First of all, I want to tell you guys that I'm doing Carb Night off of Kiefer's recommendations, off of dangerouslyhardcore.com. I've been doing Carb Night for about the last 6 or 7 days. I've done 6 days in a row of buffalo wings, which has been fantastic. I don't know if the diet's meant to include buffalo wings, but I've had them, and I've lost about 8 pounds since starting the diet. I did the carbohydrate loading last night, the Carb Night. You're allowed basically a 6-day program, and on the 7th day, for 2 meals, you're allowed to eat some carbohydrates. I started out slowly by eating somewhat healthy carbohydrates. I'm going to wait till I get myself leaner until I dive into more junky carbohydrates. What I did was at dinner, I had rice. After that, I had rice and tuna, kind of like a seared tuna. That was really good, yummy, yummy. And then I made a giant-ass protein shake. Yay, how fun is that? But I made it with my SMS that I like to take, and some combat protein. And I also threw in some coconut ice cream in there, and some coconut butter, and some other yummy shit. Almond butter. Made a giant shake, sucked that down. Also ate 2 raw, everything I do is raw chocolate bars. Hippie bars, I like to call them. Wolfed those 2 down, and then ate a couple of cookies. So the junk was kind of kept to a minimum, according to myself, because when it comes to junk, I got a sweet tooth, and I'll just rail down 20 peanut butter cups and not even think twice about it. But so far so good. I'm back on the low carb today. The Carb Night diet is basically intended to, for 6 days, be basically 0 carbs, and on the 7th day you're still 0 carbs until those last 2 meals. 0 carbs doesn't mean necessarily just 0 carbs, because every once in a while there's trace carbohydrates that pop up. Not a big deal. So you may end up getting 25 to 50 grams of carbs snuck in your diet without even realizing it, or snuck into some vegetables or some shit like that. I'm about to hop into Starbucks right here and get a Trenta iced coffee with heavy whipping cream. That's also been a staple to my diet. A large iced coffee, the largest iced coffee they have, mixed with heavy whipping cream, which they serve. You got to ask for it, though. Otherwise, you're just dealing with half and half, and that's not fat enough for me. So have them throw heavy whipping cream in there. I usually mix that in with my protein shake, and voila, I got protein, caffeine, and some fat all mixed into one. On another note, got an announcement here for the Power Project. We just added Brandon Braner to the mix. Brandon has done a 635-pound raw bench press in a contest. I'll say that again. 635 pounds raw in a competition. That's one of the better raw benchers in the world. And he's answering some questions here for the Power Project, which is sponsored by HowMuchYouBench.net. And Brandon, I'm hopefully going to utilize for some of my HowMuchYouBench.net content as we move forward with the hostile takeover of the world with the slingshot. So thank you very much, Brandon. Listen to what he's got to say. He answers a question that the guy has about getting crushed on the bench press. Feels like when he goes real heavy that he gets crushed at the bottom of the bench press. And Brandon gives a great recommendation on what you should do to get better and to prevent that. And I'm going to give you a little advice too. First of all, I think you should go back to collecting stamps. Because if you can't hang, you can't hang. No, just kidding. Secondly, I think that a great exercise to help you from getting stapled on a bench is paused bench press. So do about a 2 count down there. Whatever style bench pressing you normally do, whatever your normal bench routine is, that's up to you. I'll leave that on you. This is not a programming message. This is simply about you getting stuck at the bottom. It's more of a sticking point question. So to avoid getting stuck at the bottom, do what Brandon says in his upcoming message to you. and also listen to what I just mentioned there. Do some pause work on your benches. Last time on the Power Project, I left you with a cliffhanger asking you how Super Training got the name Super Training. And I'm sure many of you already guessed. You got the name Super Training from the book Super Training from Mel Siff. And that is true. You are right. You are correct. You win an invisible balloon. Yay for you! But the real truth of it is, not only was I inspired by the book from Mel Siff, I got the book from Mel Siff himself about, 12 years ago or so. Went to a seminar in Las Vegas that he was at. Bloody Lawn Jim was there, as well as Louis Simmons. And Mel Siff was not only amazing to listen to and incredibly insightful and smart, R.I.P. Mel Siff. He was a great speaker, and he had good personality, and he was ahead of his time. On top of that, when I went to purchase a book from him, he gave it to me for free. So when he gave it to me for free, that had an impression on me. He said, you know what, it looks like you could really utilize this, and you're excited to be here, and you look like somebody who has some potential to do something in this industry. So keep the book, but actually read it, is what he said. And so it took me about 7 years to read it. But anyway, I wanted to thank him for that. And he passed about a year or two later. And when he did, and when I decided to open up my gym, the name was already predetermined. There was no doubt we were going to call it Super Training Gym. So that's how Super Training got its name. And now for another cliffhanger. I had a good one, and I lost it. Now let's see, what's it going to be? The next cliffhanger question is, who is the only Super Training member to have benched over 900 pounds? The only Super Training bencher to ever bench over 900 pounds. And that is it from supertraining.tv. Later.